Hello, I'm Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, proudly representing the 24th Congressional District of Florida, and I am delighted to deliver this week's Congressional Black Caucus Message to America. Our nation is heartbroken. In the span of a few short weeks, Americans collectively grieved for the 49 lives lost at an Orlando nightclub, for Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, who died at the hands of police officers, and for 5 members of law enforcement who were killed while protecting protesters. Our sadness and anger persist, but those feelings are not new to people living in the nation's Black communities, where senseless gun-related tragedies are nearly daily occurrences. Like every other Democratic member of Congress, I support common sense gun control measures. But there are so many other things that we can do and must do to save our boys and young men from an uncertain future or a tragic end. Our Black boys need us. We can begin by treating them with the basic dignity and respect that all human beings deserve from the day they are born. When a Black baby boy is born and the umbilical cord has been cut, the doctor doesn't hand him to his mother and say, "Congratulations, it's a murderer." The doctor says, "Congratulations, it's a boy." That's because murderers aren't born, they are created. A University of Iowa study has found that Black boys were perceived as criminals as early as age 5, and it continues. As they grow older, people clutch their purses as they pass Black males on the street. They get off elevators to avoid them. And I'm not just talking about white people. They are met with resistance from all segments of society. That kind of treatment is devastating to the soul, to a boy's self-esteem, which in turn can lead them to nothing but trouble. So we have to change the things that are turning our babies into killers and change society's mindset about our boys and young men. We have to rip up the school-to-prison pipeline and build the diapers-to-diplomas expressway and keep our young men in the fast lane to success. I know that many cities and states have programs to reduce recidivism, but the reality is that too many of our young men fall into a cycle of crime and become repeat offenders, and that is the end of them. It is the responsibility of all of us who are Black to do all that we can to save our children. The 5,000 Role Models of Excellence project that I founded 25 years ago focuses on both prevention and intervention. We prefer to start early with children as young as 5 and guide them along a carefully charted path to success. The goal is to reduce the likelihood of having to intervene after they have become involved with crime. It's all about prevention. In addition to pairing boys with caring, successful male role models, we connect them to whatever other services they may need, whether it's a roof over their head, shoes, clothes, a doctor, or a tutor. We expose them to different cultural and educational experiences outside of their neighborhoods and teach them to walk proud and tall wherever they go. When they graduate from high school, Every one of our role model boys goes to college or some other post-secondary educational opportunity or enters the armed services. The program has been awarded millions of dollars in scholarships so that they can focus on their futures. The scholarships for the boys who graduated in 2016 were purchased for them before they were even born. It is a true testament to preparing for generations yet unborn. I'm often asked, Miss Wilson, why don't you do more for girls? But girls generally aren't the ones shooting each other and innocent bystanders in our communities. Girls aren't carrying AK-47s and other guns as status symbols, and they aren't filling our prisons in record numbers. However, girls do benefit from programs like the 5,000 Role Models because we are preparing boys to be good men and a foundation for their future families, to be strong, successful husbands and fathers. And in doing so, we can transform the family dynamic in the entire Black community. Generations yet unborn will look back on history and study how we address the issue of saving Black men and boys. Let us all commit to being on the side of history that tells the story of how we did all that we could and were ultimately successful in saving countless lives. Hashtag 5,000 Role Models of Excellence. Miami-Dade County Public Schools. Thank you.